Welcome back to Alchemy Factory. My name is Nilaus, and we are sort of in the end game, and we are continuing down the path here. We are going to get, what we're going to do today is, let's actually look at it from here. It is going to be a potion, a panacea potion. Look at this crazy thing here. Look at the nutrient value. 200,000 plus another 100%, and also the heat value is 320 plus some more as well. It's absolutely insane. So this is going to be awesome, but it's very expensive. We need fertile catalyst, we need blast potion. Those are something we have, but we also need aquavitae, which is something we don't have. But we do have, if we look at what it is, we have the leaves. We don't have this gentian nectar, and we can make some brandy. So I guess that's the first thing we want to do. Then after we do that, we're going to be diving into the silver. And that's it seems appropriate to be diving a little bit into silver, considering silver is a little bit in focus now. So we're going to be using this slot because it's close to the here, and it's also relatively close to the leaves we have. We also have a few of these already. Will tree cores. We don't know what they're for, but well, we do. They are kind of for late game crafting, the soul and stuff like that. So what are we going to do? We're going to start by figuring out where to build things. And it is all of it is going to be in these. So I think we'll get there. We'll get some kind of this. So that's the first thing. We want to make the panacea potion. This is made in an advanced blender. An advanced blender lives on top of a advanced blender. Does that live? No, they can live everywhere. Oh, okay. So that doesn't have to be up here. But maybe it wants to. I don't know. Then we go backwards. This is the panacea potion. And then we get the aquavitae. We want to do that. We'll get the blast potion in by throwing it in, which seems like a great idea. Let's see. Aquavitae is in an advanced alembic. That is definitely something that has to be on top here. Yes, indeed. I kind of want to just build it on top here, even though it doesn't belong. But, well, whatever. Because if we look at it, this and these can be just go straight into each other. So, yeah, whatever. And this one will need to go aquavitae. This will be producing 150. If we can do 15, how much are you? We require way more, but there's no way we can deliver 60 blast potions and 60 fertile catalysts. We can barely deliver 20 of these, so we need way more than this. So if we can make 50 here, that's fine. We also can't do 15 leaves, so we just have something, and then we'll build something with the brandy as well. And then the brandy is in. That is in an alembic, just a regular, good old-fashioned alembic. That one, and I believe we need 2 of these. There. This produces 900, and this one also 900. Yeah, 960. And that means we need, for this inbound, we need a lot of coke powder. So 120 coke powder for each. Yep, and then it goes in here. This means that we are going to have an inbound here. I'm going to take you and put you on top. Or am I? Just feels so nice that it could go straight in, but maybe that's not relevant anyway. This will be a hopper coming in for here. Blast potion and also a hopper on the other side. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Let's build that in here. Good. And then we have the liquid pipes up here. That's also good. This and this and this could then be taken a little bit forward, so that you're also going to need the gentian powder is coming in from this side for sure. And then here I will need to get another hopper in here. That was for the leaves. So a lot of things is produced elsewhere for this, and I think that's kind of a new trend. Yeah, and then I'm going to do the same thing for here. That's going to go in. That's going to come over from another place that I've already prepared, because I knew that we were going to need this. So I've already prepared a lot of this. This is just a copy paste of my coke powder build, but it's standing ready to shoot a lot of this inbound. So as soon as we get that, we can fire it in here. Then all we need now is we need the gentian powder, nectar. So let's figure out what that looks like. That's up here. And there. That produced something and something. So that means we need to filter it immediately as it comes out. Let's do this. That is a merger, so let's do a filter instead. And I want to filter the stuff that goes up, because that's going to be this one. So that is the nectar. So we filter the nectar here. There we go. And then I can bring it. I think this is a good spot, because then I can just get one of these. Maybe that's not fast enough, so here. And then that will be put into a box here. Because the thing is, this has no other value than to be powdered, and powdered, then we get into something we're going to look at a little bit later, but that requires silver, and yeah, so we're going to make it into the powder, which means the powder goes in here. Good, so that's one. You are going to go, and then it'll be thrown away somewhere, and this one will, do I want to have it sort of connected like this, so that it goes in here? But I do kind of want a little bit of storage that isn't being sent somewhere, because that's going to be our storage for picking up quests. Oops. Okay, that's good. There. So this one will be our, where we collect panacea potions, not too many, and then we can shoot them to go back. Here, that one, and then I'm going to get here and there. So this one's now taken care of. Then what I need is in here. Then I also need something else. The thing is, this is actually a perfect build for what I need. So let me copy that. We're going to need a lot of this. Like that. Oops, I forgot to copy this one. Here and here. Right, so all of this, each of these will produce 120. 120 will go in here. That'll be, let's look at the recipe over on this one. It is 20 to 200, so it'll be, each of these will produce 1,200, and that goes into this one. That means two of these can fill up this one. So this can, the brandy here can work at full speed, which means I get about 2,000 in here, and that's not enough for this, but I can't even make 10 of these just consistently. The world tree leaf will be the first bottleneck. Oh, look at that. That one, that line here is actually intersecting. Would it be better to just... Yeah, let's switch this a little bit. There we go. That is the build. Pretty good, actually. Just need to hook up the pipes, which is always a little bit tedious, but it needs to be done. And then put into place here. And we're placing the final blueprint here. And that will immediately start consuming the two things. And hopefully, I'll just also smash this. I was picking up a little bit in my inventory, so let's get that in here as feed here. Good. This is the most important one. We can see that even though, because this is only having like a modest fuel value, then it's not actually getting enough for this one to burn a high enough rate. But the rate set 20 per minute, which is enough for this because I'm not able to get that. So why is the brandy not coming in? Oh, the brandy is not coming in because I don't have this one hooked up. So the one that's furthest away gets to there. And this one, that means now the brandy should be taken care of. There we go. This one will be the tree leaves, and over here that goes into, what's the other one? Oh, right. Yeah. So we now need to get from here and from here. This is a fertile catalyst. So we need to get a build such as this. Let's try to make it here and here. And here and here. Okay, so you are actually going into that one. Yes, fertile catalyst, which goes here. And fertile catalyst goes in there. Let's see. Yes. Okay, and the other one is the wooden leaves. Can that get all the way over here? No, it cannot. So we'll just bounce it up to this. And bounce it over to this. And bounce it over to there. Right, that should get us some leaves inbound. There we go. That gets us some leaves. Get us a little bit of aquavitae. 0 milliliter. There's not a lot of milliliters we got here. There. And we are now getting the first panacea potions. There we go. Perfect. They are incredibly effective for everything. So if I wanted this one to run fast, then I could also put the panacea potion in. Right now, I'm actually going to want these for money. So I at least want to put them into the shop because there's someone who needs them in the shop. So that's going to be a little bit tricky to figure out how to get that, but we will also get other stuff into the shop. So, right, let me try to figure out how to get it into the shop, or maybe just do it manually for now. Now that we have solved the panacea and gotten it back to the hub, then we are going to go into the advanced athanor, because the advanced athanor is weird because it has 3 recipes, and there are 3 of them. At least there are 3 recipes right now, and that means that these ones here. So this is interesting. So if I want to make a lapis lazuli, which is a jewelry, it is only a 33% chance of actually generating it, but I will get a shattered crystal equally likely. It requires some silver, which we don't have, and then we have the gentian powder, which we do have, and some crude shards, which we do have. So this is, we can't do that because we need silver. This one is actually using the shattered crystal that this is producing. So that would also be coming afterwards. So we have to start with silver and then if we can make silver which requires some copper powder, which is not a big deal, and some unstable crystals, which is not a big deal, and then some black powder, which is not a big deal. Then we can get 80% chance of a crude silver powder and 20% chance of genuine silver powder. So this actually means that this has to be the first one, because then I will get the silvery powder. The silvery powder can be refined into the crude impure silver powder, and then that can get us the shattered crystals, which will then subsequently be able to get us the obsidian. And the obsidian also gets us some volcanic ash, which we don't know what to do with. So this is unstable catalyst. There's no way I'm going to be keeping up with these numbers, but I just want something going. There's another interesting aspects about this. If we look at the silver in here, silver. So the silver can be produced either from silver powder or from coins. So it takes 5 coins to make 1 silver ingot. So now we know the value of it. You can also turn it around and can you? Should be able to, right? You should be able to make silver coins. Oh, right. That's in a processor. Yeah. Where's the hell's the processor? There. That must be the last one, which we don't have. We don't have the processor yet, so we can't make silver ingots back into silver coins. But that's okay. But what I would say that this means that if you need some silver, you can also make the ingots back into powder. So that if you need powder for something, where there's something maybe here, that doesn't look like it. So silver ingots is the stuff. And this can only really be made into silver amulets right now. So we don't really need a lot of silver ingots. But what we do need is actually this crude silver powder. The crude silver powder can be used to make quicksilver, which we need later on for the next relic. But it can also, the only other thing, and there's not even any question marks, is to make it into impure, which can then be used for this one. So basically, we want to have the silver running, not to make the silver bars, because they don't really have a lot of use, but mainly to make the impure silver coming from the crude silver, because that's needed for the lapis lazuli, which is then generating shattered crystals, which are then getting us into also some obsidian, and suddenly we have a lot of different things. Cool, so that's the plan. So that means this one has to be working in a well, specific way. So we need to do this. We could either make, well, we have to do this, but we just have to make sure that we're not making it for silver powder, we're making it for the crude silver. That means don't convert the crude silver back into silver powder because you can't convert it back again. This is coming in from the belt, that's fine. Unstable catalyst, we have a build for it. And the copper powder, we can just get that from money. So let's work on the chain of money process here. That's gonna be the bank one. Let's do bank. Bank, you're gonna be taking, converting that. Actually, do I want that to do that right now? No, don't want to do that right now. And that will go. That's already now decided that this will be the fuel input. And we got a kiln. And the recipe is copper ingots. And then the copper ingots will just be made into there. There. That's copper. That's going to be the copper powder. So that's one. Then the next one is the crystals. So you can just be made basically like this, because that's already the first one. Okay. Actually, that's kind of annoying. It can either be here. Okay, whatever. We'll do it like this. How I absolutely dislike not being able to see through my builds. So we're gonna do this here, and you're gonna come in, and then I need a hopper and a hopper as well, right? Nope. This feels so weird. That I need a hopper for this, and then I need there. That's basically what it does, and then we'll see which ones comes out where. So we'll take this. I have no idea. So first things first, we just put it into boxes. Hold on, that's actually not what I want. Because oh no. Yeah, this is awful. I need to change it. So this is actually an incredibly small build, but hey, if it works, it works. And we're going to be getting this one out, getting the kiln in, and we are going to hook this one up. And as usual, blueprints are available to Patreon supporters. So if you're supporting on Patreon, you get the access to all of these glorious blueprints. For example, we're just going to stamp down this build here. This is going to just take care of our catalyst for now, at least. There we go. And then all I need to do is hook this one up there. And let's see if it actually is working. Yeah, it's coming in. We're starting to consume a lot of this of the black powder. With this build, for example, is using black powder. And let's see what we get. This one is 3 types of copper coming in. So it should be working, hopefully. Okay, so it's waiting for some fuel here. Yep, we're getting something in here. We're getting something. This first thing is coming up. I'm just going to wait for it to actually fill up, and then I'll supplement with what we have. That, and over on this side, we should have the gears or the bearings. What's the bearings are in here? Yes, perfect. Then I'm going to build all of this just because. There you go. And the copper powder is also getting there. Cool. And this gets the catalyst, and it goes out into either to shoot it over there or to a stockpile, which we might need. Great. So let's move on to the next one. We now have silver, and we have unstable things here. Then we're going to go on to something else. Which one is that? That is now where we want to use the impure silver. We don't have impure silver. Well, we technically have a little bit here. But this one is a crude shard, and I am not going to be able to produce anywhere near these numbers. So this one is producing 15, but I'm not going to be able to produce this kind of catalyst. We have about a third of that, right? This is 11 catalysts, so yeah. So even if it's in stockpiles a little bit, then it's still going to be issues. So this one is not really getting us anywhere, but I do think that we want to make, let's see, we can do another build here by doing a refiner, because it is a refiner that comes in. Do I want to do it before the, yeah, I kind of do. So this one has to go out like that here, and that one there. So this actually just kind of built here. Wouldn't that just look nicer? I think it does. Let's make sure this one gets done. There. I don't want to keep this. I just want this one to be here. What about this side? I'll do this for symmetry. Yeah, and that one goes in here. Ooh. You go in here, and really, oh, it's not stacked. There you go. Great. And all right, so this is now working, and that means this goes in here. So this is coming in by cannon. This is coming in from shards, and this is coming in by cannon. So that should be pretty easy. And we need to make sure that the crude shards are actually sort of looped around so they come back. But which one is going to be? I think the lapis lazuli is in the middle. And then this one will be the crude shards, and the shattered crystals will be on the other side. So this is not really much work on this. It is going to be a portal somewhere. This portal will go into a crusher. This will be exclusively for the, what are they called? The crystals. Also want to do this. 1, 2. So I get those, and they need to go in here so that I don't overbuild. There. All right, this needs to now be. Do I need 2 of these? No, not really, because it is just for the shards here. But I do need to make sure that I can, from this one comes out, then I have to be able to get it into a priority merger, because of course I want the stuff that comes from recycled to go in first. And this one will then be like that. And that goes, yep, that's inbound. And I'm just making an assumption here, and then we'll see if it's correct. Otherwise this one can maybe be flipped. Then I am going to get this one just outbound and into a box. No, I do need a box for each of these. The shattered crystals don't need a preemptive box, but the lapis lazuli definitely needs to be able to send into here while also maintaining a stockpile. Probably not a stockpile of 2. 2 stacks seems a little bit excessive. Do we get it? No. G and G and that one here. Right. So this will be the lapis lazuli, and then we're going to get fuel in here. On top of it, we're going to get stuff inbound. That one. And hoppers. Let's see. Yes and yes. So that's actually funny, because now I need, this is the impure. And that needs to go, oh, okay. Yeah, let's just see if it works like this. Let's just hook it up. It's good. This one, we do the shards, so you're going to be focusing on this. Get 1 shot in immediately, and make these 2 are blocking so I don't have too much stockpile here. That goes in. Oh, damn, that's not correct. Damn. The whole thing can then be moved back a little bit. And T and back. Then this is not matching anymore. There we go. And do you have what you need? We got that one. And then we need the gentian seeds. They are coming from this one. We have a few. So we're gonna need one of these builds here. I'm going to put that here. And then here. Let's try that. You go into that. You go into... Yeah. And let's see if it works. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Forward. Forward. Yes. And it's working. All right. Let's see if we got it the right places. On the outbound side. Yeah. That is a crude shot. Good. So every time it crafts, it only gets one of each of these. That's kind of bad. Kind of bad. And you're going to go in here. So not a lot of lapis lazulis coming along here, but there's one going into the shooter here. And that was one. So now we also get the shattered crystal. The shattered crystal is actually going to be into the next build, because that then comes with the Oblivion essence, which we got, and the unstable catalyst, which I guess we now need to go 2 places here. Oof. Yeah. Tricky, but that has to be done. But the part here, like, I don't think I'm going to be able to support this. So let's say if we want about 10 of these and the catalyst as well, this is going to be really slow. And again, it's going to be like a super simple build. So we're just going to get it back here. Oh, I wanted to actually see the panacea potion if we're getting any of that. The only thing we actually need here is we need a purchase portal. That's actually going to be exactly this purchase portal. Oh, this is going to be so weird to do that. I'm going to do this because here, and then I have this crucible. If I, first of all, take that one here. I'm going to heat you up, and then I am going to take... So this only costs 100, which is dirt cheap. And if it goes in here, it actually makes 8 Oblivion essence per minute. That's fine. And it is actually using a lot of fuel. You know, that's actually too cheap. I want something more expensive. I'm just going to get this one. It's more expensive, but then I use less fuel for this. Yeah. Because fuel is cheaper. That one and that one. Again, over here. And goes in. So that's one thing. The next one will be on a catapult network. Actually, both of those will. Yes. And that's actually this one. But I wanted to go out here because I really don't want to save that for anything. So that goes into this. I really shouldn't be shooting this yet. Should I? No. Requires heating. Okay, we'll get heating in here. I guess we've decided that this is how we want to do it. Alright, cool. And then what are we getting outbound? We're getting obsidian and some other things. So go to this. And the obsidian is probably... Let's take one of these. That's the obsidian. I don't think I want 2 blocks of this. Probably not. And then we want that to be going back to the network. And the other thing, I don't know what that's for, but that would be a residual product. So we need a big box for that. And it's just volcanic ash residual product. We're going to use it for something. This one is not getting anything. It's not getting the catalyst in a reliable way, so I need to get from here. That's probably one of these builds, and maybe if I make it here, it will work. Can you reach all the way? Yes. Can you reach all the way? Easy. But which one was it? It was, yeah. Closest. There we go. And should be coming in. And now, of course, the shattered crystals are not working. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, the shattered crystals are awful. Yeah. I actually need to amend this build for sure. This build needs to be like this. And we probably need 2 of these just to get enough going here. Then, that means these 2 will be... Okay, this will be changed. We are going to take... So the crude shard becomes... Let's trace it here. Crude shard becomes broken, dull, shattered. The shattered we want. So it's 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps. So I need 3 steps. And this is 40 coming in, so I can just do it with simple recyclers or refiners. That's going to be like this. One, 2, 3. So that gets out here. Then it goes back with a merger. And which one's the primary? The primary is the one we get here. Okay, so you're gonna come in here and there. Okay, now the hopper that we wanted is coming in there. All right, so we need to change this. This is the here. And then the shattered crystal is this one. Will now go into that location. Because this one will be the priority. But it most likely won't be getting much priority. And then I need some extra of these. One, 2. I like this idea. It's not strictly necessary, but I think it's a nice little convenient trick to minimize the amount. And then we can hook this one up. Right? Oh yeah. I'm also going to feed it with some silver. And off we go. Because this one will be starved on anything. The shattered crystals just won't be able to keep up. So we have to build some of our own crystals, which means I'm putting out this 40 per minute. After this step, it becomes 20 per minute, 10 per minute, 5 per minute. That's not a lot. And then we'd be like 5 per minute, and then whatever this one is producing, which is not a lot. Why is it not actually producing anything? There. Oh, it's just producing at the speed that this one is keeping up. And this one is somehow not keeping up on the copper. That's odd. 10 per minute. This one's 10 per minute. 10 per minute. I don't think I want 2 of these. Do I? I mean, I guess I do. Let's amend this so it has 2. Alright, so it's a new build. And it's actually really nice because now it comes in here and goes straight in. The copper goes out into 2 of these and gets reprocessed. Don't think it's going to be relevant to have this much, but hey. This is where I need the silver coming in. So which one was the silver? The closer one was the silver, and that is this one, right? Closer one is silver. Let's see if we shoot something in, and it comes in at the right place, I think. And I also need to get all that silver in here and all the silver into the other location, and then just try to, yeah, just try to mash it in here. There we go. So the last thing I want to do today is actually just a very simple build. And we can actually build it like off center, I think. Because what it actually is just, I want to make a silver amulet, which is silver ingots, which we got, and lapis lazuli, which we kind of got. So that's should be pretty easy. I'll get one of these, and I'll get this. Because we do need silver. Oh, like this. Okay. So we do need a silver amulet here, and that will come from this. Oh, why are you not getting anything in? Yeah, hold on. That is the one. Okay. Because I was moving it. That's why this has not been working as well as it should have. I'll just sweeten it by putting some more in here. And that means we just need the basic silver going over to that location. So let's get 2 hoppers in here. Where are they? There. It's going to be such a small build. So that in here. And the lapis lazuli, which is here, can also go somewhere. And I mean, I could almost reach, right? I can reach. Oops, I'm setting into the wrong one. There. There we go. And that actually means that now we have yet another thing. So we now have silver amulets. So we got silver amulets. We got, well, silver. We got the crude silver, which is kind of only used for making this one. And you're just waiting for the gentian powder, which isn't coming in fast enough, but that's a different matter. This is not needed, so let's take that out. This one is making obsidian, and it's actually stalling. We don't have enough obsidian, and we need to sort of get it into the city just to sell it, because that's also a little bit of value. And people are coming in to ask for it, so that's also important. We got the panacea potion, so everything is kind of done right now in terms of research. What we only need now is the mercury. That's going to be next time, maybe. Also, the resonant is kind of awful, but you know, hey, we got the volcanic ash. Volcanic ash is used for something, together with some fertile and some of this. Okay, so this could actually be also a way to generate more of the gentian powder, which we can then speed up build with, and then maybe make this crazy thing. Because if we look at it, then turquoise, yes. Malachite, yes. Topaz, yes. Obsidian, yes. Lapis lazuli, yes. And then quicksilver is like the last thing. We got also silver amulets. So we're pretty much done with tier 8 at this point. Pretty much. Just a little mercury missing here. And then tier 9. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.